On this week's holiday episode of The Splash, we have the optimistic holidays, the cause for comedy, and the community holiday highlight. The Splash is a production of Civic Center TV. We're a news magazine that covers everything from local news to feature stories. Also that we can bring you the latest from the greater West Bloomfield area. And now, let's dive into The Splash.
Ho, ho, ho. I'm Brooke Allen. Welcome to The Splash. Thank you for being with us. The Optimist clubs of West Bloomfield and Keego Harbor partnered up to throw a holiday party to benefit certain residents from Keego Harbor who will be moving from their homes. Ryan Younglove stopped by Santia Hall to get the story.
Tonight I was at Santia Hall where there was a special dinner for a special group of people.
The Optimist Club of West Bloomfield started in 1972, and the whole point of the Optimist Club is, well, one, to be optimistic, but two, we want to help kids in the community. And so almost every year we've had this holiday party where we've invited families in. We've had a great celebration. And this year we heard that some families in Keego Harbor were having some issues. So we teamed up with the Keego Harbor Optimists, and we threw this amazing party tonight at Santia Hall in the heart of Keego Harbor. One thing I love about the Optimist Club is they really bring people together, and I think that's so important these days is, coming together and not be torn apart, not be divided, not to be divisive. So I'm just really glad that we were able to host this event, and we had so many families that came tonight and to celebrate the holidays, and I think we made it a little bit brighter for them. The West Bloomfield Optimist Club, the Keego Harbor Optimist Club, they're all about service. They're all about partnerships. They're all about working and helping kids in need. And I think we were successful tonight, and I'm proud of both clubs and what we've accomplished.
With the Optimist Club's goal of brightening families' holidays, I spoke with one resident about how it brightened theirs.
We received an invitation in the mail with my daughter's name on it. At first I was a little put off. I'm like, why is my daughter getting something in the mail? But then we opened it, and it had all of, the details of what was going on, and I explained it to her, and she was super excited. She really wanted to see Santa. I feel like her being able to see Santa is going to make her Christmas a ton better. It's kind of hard for us to go and see Santa, so this made her night.
The West Bloomfield Optimist Club's dinner had an outstanding turnout and brightened the holidays for many who attended. This has been Ryan Younglove reporting for The Splash.
You can find more information on our website at civiccentertv.com/OptimistHoliday19. Next, we hear about how cops in our community came together to use comedy to benefit a cause. Tyler Keefe brings us this story.
What's the deal with people who say, pardon my French? Am I right? It's like, blame the profanity that you're using on the language you're speaking. Am I right? Hello. Hi, I'm at the Berman Center for the Performing Arts in West Bloomfield Township, joining the West Bloomfield community and the Police Foundation to support the families of people who keep us safe every day.
For many years, Kurt Lawson and his team at the West Bloomfield Police Foundation have dedicated their time and resources to helping the families of police officers in our community. At this year's Comedy for a Cause, the focus was changed from simply helping their fellow officers to also supporting the families in the community of people that they protect and serve each and every day.
So the West Bloomfield Police Foundation was established originally to help officers in need and their families. So if we had an officer that was injured or killed, that we'd be able to support the family. And with the community support, we've been so successful that now we've branched out and we help the greater West Bloomfield community. And we've actually spent close to $300,000 helping families within the greater West Bloomfield area. So it's been a success story, and that's because of the team that we have in place on the foundation.
And just as the community has come out to support the foundation over the past 4 years at Comedy for a Cause and far beyond, the Police Foundation now comes to their side, providing assistance to other community organizations throughout Greater West Bloomfield.
So anytime we find that an officer or his family is in need, we step up and we give whatever assistance they may need. But we get a lot of requests from the community, from families. Maybe they need help with the holidays, or their children need clothes for school, or maybe they need food, and that's why we participate in Blessings in a Backpack. So I'm super proud to have been part of this organization, the foundation, for the last 10 years. We got a great team in place, and I think the future looks really bright.
As serious as the programs and causes that the Police Foundation supports and advocates for are, for the last 4 years, they have taken one night in December to kick back and share a few laughs as they join the community in showing their support and generosity.
Well, in a lot of ways, I think it's important that we humanize the badge. So we have a lot of police officers that are here and police personnel, and they get to intermingle with the community. And, we need to come together in this day and age, and we come together tonight and we have a few laughs. So I think it's a win-win.
Well, there are certainly a lot of jokes thrown around a comedy for a cause, but one thing that the West Bloomfield community showed that they take very seriously is their support of families of our first responders. At the Berman Center for the Performing Arts, I'm Tyler Kieft, reporting for The Splash.
For more, you can visit civiccentertv.com/comedycause19. Later in the show, we celebrate the holidays, and also we have an interview with the jolly man himself, Santa.
Don't go away. You're watching The Splash on Civic Center TV.
This hour of programming is brought to you in part by Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital. 10 years ago, Henry Ford Health System celebrated the grand opening of its West Bloomfield Hospital. Since then, they've celebrated innovative new technologies, medical breakthroughs, and unique approaches to health and healing. To learn more about Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital, visit henryford.com/West Bloomfield 10. Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital is a proud sponsor of Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
And now, back to The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Welcome back to The Splash. I'm Brooke Allen. Around our community, there have been many different holiday events, and we wanted to highlight them with a quick holiday roundup. And Jay Kustash brings us the story.
With the holidays comes numerous fun and festive events in our community. There was the homemade cookie exchange in Sylvan Lake, which allowed for people in the community to share and enjoy their delicious creations with each other. WB Parks held an end-of-the-year holiday party featuring bowling, gifts, and also skits. West Bloomfield's Chamber of Commerce held a not-so-white elephant gift exchange benefiting a local charity. And of course, the holiday event thrown by the Optimist in our community benefiting those in need. These events bring the joy of the holidays to our community, and they make this time of the year special for everybody. Reporting for The Splash, I'm Jay Kustash.
To know more on this story, you can visit civiccentertv.com/communityholidays19. And now it is time for the Civic Center TV event update, where we provide you with upcoming events going on in our community. For a look at additional events, visit civiccentertv.com/events. Dispose of prescription drugs with Operation Medicine Cabinet happening year-round in West Bloomfield, Keego Harbor, and Orchard Lake, and it takes place at the police departments of the 3 communities. Disposing of drugs is completely anonymous, open 24/7 in West Bloomfield, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. in Keego Harbor, and Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. in Orchard Lake. For more information, visit oakgov.com or call your local police. Pete the Cat is coming to the library December 21st from 11 a.m. to 11:45. Visit the West Bloomfield Library for an interactive story time. The event is for all ages, and at the end of the fun, Pete the Cat will make a special appearance for a meet and greet. No registration is required. For more information, go to westbloomfieldlibrary.org. Come watch the Disney movie Tangled Sunday, December 22nd at the Berman Center for the Performing Arts. You can come make crafts, enjoy snacks, and also participate in a variety of activities and watch Disney's Tangled. For more information, visit Berman Center for the Performing Arts on Facebook. The one, the only Cookie Mouse is here, and he is going to be at the Public Library December 23rd from 11 a.m. to 11:15. No registration is required. The event is free. For more info, go to westbloomfieldlibrary.org. That's it for this week's highlights. You can find more events online at civiccentertv.com/events and see everything going on in the greater West Bloomfield area. We're going to take a short break, and when we return, I'll sit down with Santa Claus.
Don't go away. You're watching The Splash on Civic Center TV.
You want it, you got it. Civic Center TV has been bringing you live coverage of your local municipal meetings for years. Now you can catch a replay of those meetings the following day at 1 o'clock and again on Saturdays and Sundays at 9 a.m. If that's not enough, you can also visit civiccentertv.com/meetings to view a whole list of on-demand Township Board meetings and keep up to date on the most recent developments in your local government. Giving you more, it's Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
And now, back to The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Welcome back to The Splash. I'm Brooke Allen, joined this week by Santa Claus. And Santa, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you for having me, Brooke.
Okay, I have one question we have to start off with. Am I on the naughty or nice list?
Oh, the naughty or nice list. Well, let me tell you what I tell all the kids, Brooke.
Okay.
Here's what it is. If I go to a group and the kids are all asking Santa Claus, am I the naughty or the nice? What I tell them, and it's the truth, is the nice list is miles and miles and miles long, and it's nearly impossible to remember everyone's name that's on the nice list. But the naughty list is much shorter.
Okay.
Much shorter. So if I remember your name very well, chances are you might not be on the nice list. So if I don't remember, you might be better off.
Excellent news. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, so I know you're very busy, and I know that everyone is trying to figure out the cookies they're going to make you to leave this year, so you have to tell us, what's your favorite cookie?
Well, I've never met a cookie I didn't like, but around this time of the year, I think a nice sugar cookie cut out with some sprinkles on top, that's good. That's good to eat.
Okay.
A nice cold glass of milk, love it.
Okay, so milk, you mentioned. Any other milk you drink? Do you drink almond milk, coconut milk, or is it just milk?
I've only, during my visits, I've only had a glass of regular milk, sometimes a little 2%, I can tell, but I've never been served almond milk or coconut, but I wouldn't turn my nose up to it.
All right, well, you might just find a glass of almond milk at our house.
All righty.
So what is the most interesting gift that you have given?
The most interesting gift, well, I can tell you some of the gifts that have been asked for that would be unusual. Unusual. Okay. Just recently, a young man asked, he said, Santa Claus, what I want is from my older sister to not be mean to me. Stop being mean to me. And I said, well, I'm not sure I can help you there, Jimmy, but I'll give it my best. And I get a lot of questions about siblings, a lot of, well, we're going to have a little brother. I don't think I want one. And can you do anything about that? I really can't do that. I'm a toy maker, and I can bring you lots of toys. Okay. But other than that, there's so many different asks and so many different questions that there's a lot of fun to hear them and respond.
So what is the most popular question? I guess you answered that at the beginning, if I'm on the naughty or nice list, right?
That's a big one.
That's
a
the
big question.
One, right?
I get that all the time.
Okay, so what about Mrs. Claus? How supportive is she of you?
Very supportive. She works around the clock with me. We are, she's, when I'm not around, she stays with the elves and puts her heel down, makes sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do, and I don't think things would go near so well without her support.
Okay, so we're down to the wire. What do you do in these last few days?
These last few days, you would think there was a tornado going on because the elves are running. We're working around the clock in shifts, and it's just nonstop. But the mood is very merry, very merry. The spirits are up, and we're just looking forward to another great season this year. And we're going to push to the very end, and off we'll go.
And speaking of off you'll go, what about Rudolph? Tell me how he is, and where is he? He's
very well. He's with the other reindeer up in the North Pole. And little known fact, Rudolph doesn't actually pull the sleigh. He just leads the way. He's never been asked to pull. He's got that big red nose, and we've got 8 tiny reindeer. And if we put Rudolph on one side, we're going to end up going in circles. So what we do is he just leads. He's not even attached. He leads the way and lights the way for us around the world.
I don't think I knew that.
It's a little known fact.
Yes. So very interesting. So thank you for that. So one thing, if you could tell people that you wanted them to know about you personally, what would it be?
Well, I love being part of people's lives. I love to see young children, see their big smiling faces, and it's such a great time of year, and this is my favorite time of year, I suppose. I guess it should be being Santa Claus.
So what about the other days of the year? What do you look forward to when Christmas is all said and done for the year?
Well, the day after Christmas, and after I hang up the boots and the coat, Mrs. Claus and I take a short vacation. We head a little south, and we stretch our legs a little bit, and shortly after that, we're back to work and getting ready for the next year.
So do you celebrate the New Year's?
Unofficially, yes, we do.
So on the down low.
On the down low, exactly.
Down low. Okay, so if somebody was to ask you what you wanted for Christmas, what would that be?
Well, Mrs. Claus has just about gotten me everything I could possibly want. My list would be very short. Good health for for family and for friends and for everyone else that I know and everyone else around the world, happiness and joy, especially at that time of the year.
Well, thank you so much. Anything else you'd like to add? It's so great having you here.
Well, thank you.
I'm almost in awe.
Thank you very much. Shout out to Mrs. Claus. Thanks for being there for me, honey.
Anyone else you'd like to say hi to?
Oh, I think just everyone else listening and everyone else out there that believes and loves the spirit of Christmas, I want to say hi to you and enjoy the season.
It is a magical time of year, isn't it?
It certainly is.
All right, well, listen, you be safe. I know you've got lots to do, so I won't keep you, but you be safe out there. Tell all the reindeers, especially Rudolph, that we said hello.
Will do.
And we will look forward to watching you in the sky, huh?
Thank you very much.
All right,
thank you. Okay.
And once again, we have been joined by Santa. And next on the show, we learn some interesting facts of the world outdoors on this week's episode of A Minute with Nature.
Hello and welcome to Minute with Nature. I'm your host, Lauren Azuri, the park naturalist for West Bloomfield Parks. And we're inside the nature room today talking about environmental stewardship, or how to be a good environmental steward of our land. Well, what is stewardship? It really just means the job of supervising or taking care of something. But because we're talking about environmental stewardship, we're talking about taking care of the earth. Have you ever heard of Aldo Leopold? He's a really famous person who is an environmental steward, and he actually championed the concept of environmental stewardship. And he defines it as dealing with man's relation to the land and to the animals and to the plants which grow upon it. So environmental stewardship really encompasses all of the earth, the plants, the animals, and the land, as Aldo Leopold tells us. So how can you be a good environmental steward? One of them is planting native plants. Native plants are beneficial to our ecosystem and all the animals that live here. So if you're going to plant a garden, think about trying to plant natives. Make sure you're using less fertilizer and less pesticides, or none at all if possible, because that does affect our environment negatively. You can also contact resource managers, like some of our West Bloomfield Park staff, for ideas on how to manage your property in order to make it more ecological friendly and more open to the environment and choices that can help animals. A good resource for managing invasive species would be our Oakland County SISMA. If you have invasive species on your property, it's best to remove them. Invasive species don't belong here, they didn't originally grow here, and they have no ecological value. So plants and animals here cannot use invasive species. So the best thing to do is remove invasive species and make room for new native species that have more ecological value and will bring better plants and animals to your yard. Oakland County SISMA can help you do that, and they have great resources for you. If you contact the Oakland County SISMA, they can give you in touch with good contractors that are trained in this kind of management practices, as well as if it's a smaller scale and you can handle it on your own, the best way to do that as well. You can also volunteer for our park cleanup event or a garlic mustard pull. And then, of course, all the other choices that you make on a daily basis that can help you be a better environmental steward by recycling and reducing the waste. All of those are great ways to be an environmental steward. And that's your Minute with Nature.
For more episodes of A Minute with Nature, visit civiccentertv.com/MWN. And now it's time for our final segment, Person of the Week, where we celebrate the people in the community who are inspiring and providing toward others. And this week's recipient is Debbie Glazer, founder of Comfort Salon. Debbie founded the Comfort Salon to not only benefit people in our community, but people all around the Metro Detroit area. The Comfort Salon is a nonprofit traveling salon that helps people dealing with illnesses that are homebound, in assisted living, or in hospice. Debbie and her team travel to these patients who otherwise would not be able to go out themselves to provide them with manicures, pedicures, haircuts, and more. She founded the Comfort Salon after working as a nurse and manicurist for many years and would travel to people's homes herself before creating this nonprofit. The organization has only been operating for a year now, and Debbie believes they are only just getting started and is excited to grow the organization and increase its outreach. The dedication to improving the lives of those battling an illness is what makes her our Person of the Week. And if you know someone who is making a positive difference, let us know. Message us on social media with any and all suggestions, because we want to congratulate and acknowledge those making a difference in our community. That's it for this week's show. You can watch new episodes anytime online in HD at civiccentertv.com, Mondays at 5:30 p.m. at Civic Center TV on Comcast 15 and AT&T Channel 99. Of course, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram at Civic Center TV. And you can also listen to me weekdays from 10 to 2 on WWJ Newsradio 950. For all our friends in Sylvan Lake, Orchard Lake, Keego Harbor, and West Bloomfield, I'm Brooke Allen. Thank you for watching The Splash.